Facebook, right? Facebook's kind of catching on. You get maxed out when you get 5,000 users, or friends, right? People that I'm a computer nerd, everybody's either a session or a visit or a user. But these days, Facebook has really kind of revolutionized the way we connect with people. What does Facebook know about you?
Everything.
Everything, right? They know your favorite team, your favorite restaurant, your cousins, your friends. Everything about you they know, right? So now they can very specifically market and target you as a person. It's just a friendly place for us to go have a social gathering, right? No, Zuckerman figured out billions of dollars later that he could really specifically target. So social media has kind of taken over. How many people think social media is kind of fun?
Yeah.
Right? How many people think social media is time consuming?
Absolutely.
Yes.
But also think that it's a great way to connect with potential business owners, right? Or to connect with potential prospects if you are a business owner, right? So by now, Google's got a little competition. How many people still think that radio is the #1 way to advertise your company? I know some people who still do it. I've got friends in the industry. Radio is an effective way to kind of broadcast. But I know guys in the industry who are struggling now because revenue's being shifted away from that into the new broadcast medium. Right? Google is for search. When somebody's actually actively looking for something, they're ready to buy, they go to Google, right? But before they're familiar with whatever product they're looking for, they got to be told, essentially, you need this, right? Here's a product that is available that you can get access to. Here's a new thing that will save you some money. And many times, how do you hear about that? Word of mouth, right? Television, radio, or now this new thing, social media. How many people are there on Facebook now? How many accounts? 1.19 billion, which does not include China. You can't get into China. I've researched how you could get into China. You got to go to reverse IP stuff. When I worked at Anheuser-Busch, we used to send out 50 million emails in 3 hours through servers I had to set up and maintain and worked on and all that stuff. That was my job. Then I got out of that and I said, I'm going to do this Google thing. InBev came in and bought out Anheuser-Busch, and I found myself looking for a job. And I said, I'm going to start my own company a couple years later, and that's where I got into this stuff. And now the Facebook stuff is really starting to take over. If you want to do advertising on Google, it is very effective. It's just very expensive. And so I tell a lot of my clients, hey, you want to do the Google thing? It's between $3 and $5 a click, or you're going to do a lot of organic stuff, free stuff. But the organic stuff, I'm going to show you here in a second, doesn't pan out to be as much as you would have hoped. But there's a new product out there, so I do want to go into the new product that I found that makes it managing. And I've told people for a long time, stay away from the social media companies that will charge you a whole lot of money to do labor-intensive things that you don't want to do. But sometimes the results are not there, depending on what they actually do get done versus what they say they're going to do and what they charge you. Right? I had clients spending between $500 and somebody called me. She said $1,400. And I'm trying to figure out what we got for this. The reason she called me is because she had more referrals from me as a friend, just saying, hey, help my friend out here with their new venture. And when they tracked it, they had nothing for the $1,400, and they got a few things for me, but I didn't even charge her anything. I was just helping her as a friend. And I said, well, I don't know what to tell you, but now you can get into some social media management tools. How many people have heard of Hootsuite? Right? Yeah. Hootsuite's a very, very popular, very, very powerful program. All right? Hootsuite has, and depending on who you listen to, done quite a bit of research. You get to where they will acknowledge they have about 5 million users. 5 million users. Now, there's a lot of room there if you got 1.19 billion people. They're not all business people, right? But would you imagine there's at least 5 million businesses that have an account on Facebook that are trying to push people to their product and brand their stuff? Well, there's alternatives out there that are very powerful. So I'll get into the Hootsuite thing in just a second. But first I want to show you something I've used. Before I can tell you what it is, I'm going to show you some of the results I've got. And these are real, actual, tangible results using this product that I'm going to share with you a little bit. So if you would look here on the screen, you can see the range. It's a little blurry, but this site was launched on October 10th, almost exactly 2 months ago. Right? And you can look all this stuff up. You do what's called a who is. Go to Google, type in who is, and then you go to one of the sites that comes up, and they're trying to market other things to you. But what they give you, somebody can move my mouse around up there for me to get the screen to come back. There you go. The who is will give you the information when a site is launched, the thing, the purchase date. And you can see on the who is, I don't have it on the screen, but I was just editing another slide that includes it. I bought the domain on October 7th. It took me 3 days to put up a website. And I'm working full time doing all my stuff, but I'm pretty good at making websites, and I did that in 3 days to get a decent looking website up. But since then, I've averaged about 75 to 100 people to the website per day. And I say on the top of this, I'm going to scroll this down a little bit. But read this. This is where we're trying to make an impact. All right? Many people track their results with Google. Notice, how many people think I paid? And I do a lot of paid advertising. I've got clients that spend over $100,000 per month. Now, a large chunk of that money goes to Google. I get a percentage for managing it and making ad tracking. I can tell you what keywords cost, phone calls, and I do all this kind of fun stuff. But for my personal endeavor here, I know how to get some traffic for free, especially when I'm getting started with something. I don't want to dump $2,000 into something. If I don't have to, I can get a lot of traffic generated for free. So how many people think I spent $1 on a Google paid ad? Not one, right? I didn't spend. Now, how many people have seen Facebook posts? Facebook boosts. Now you can boost your posts, right? That's where Facebook really makes its money. I did not spend $1 on one Facebook ad. I didn't do any radio. I didn't do any television. I didn't buy a billboard. I didn't spend $1 on any print. I did actually get some cards printed. I was doing those temporary because I ran out of cards. But I think I used 3 of those cards, and I spent like $8 on them. Can't get right. But I was like, Walt, I was in there, and a professional athlete, I won't even say, who walked in. Do you think I was talking to him when he walked in? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So that's it. Let's talk. Drop some names on him. So over the time I spent to get this done, I spent 2 months using this product that I use called Social Zing. There it is, a little bit, right? So and it costs $99 a month. So I'm going to get it with my 3rd month for doing this, right? But I'm right at 2 months, so I've spent a total budget of $198. In that time, though, you'll see on these stats, I've created traffic that is direct, right? I didn't get that direct traffic by calling people. I didn't get that direct traffic by sending out emails. I didn't get that direct. I could. That's included in the program, but I didn't buy any ads from Google or Facebook, television, radio. Nothing was purchased from any other advertising medium except for the program that I've got here that automates the stuff that I do. And it generated all my direct traffic, all my Facebook traffic, and all my organic search stuff. And a few referrals. And if you look at the organic search, people go, organic, you got to have organic and free stuff. That was all from the name of the website. And that's the trick with SEO. So let's scroll down here and look at this real quick. And then I want to go back to another page that I've got that's got the real hardcore. So I've done some other research because I'm a research guy. I'm not just an info guy, though. I like to think I do things too, right? Well, so you gotta know what you're talking about. Hopefully, a little enough, but you can learn what you're talking to know as you go. I agree with that. And then you go out and do it, and then you learn more of what you need to know as you're going. But you can see I've generated now over 1,600 sessions to this site that didn't exist. Looking for the number on here. Here it is. 1,658 sessions on this site. So a session is a unique visitor that's come to the site. And I'll zoom in here. And you can see. And that's what Google does to track. Now Google does some nifty stuff. There it is, 1,658. Google does some unique things to eliminate a lot of clicks. And they're in the business of doing the best we can to track, and they do some good stuff. You wonder what some of their incentives may be to report or not, other things. But there it is, 658. 1,028 of those direct, just because I'm putting my stuff out there. 497 of them social media. 90 from organic and 4 from referral. All right, let's show you what another stats program that we've got. And this one does the raw data right on the server. For the hosting company that I use. And look at this. Now, there's a little bit of different information I'm posting here, but you can see this is called AWStats, and it's included with most all of your hosting programs. You read that number? There it is. And that same time frame, tracked differently. Now, this is not unique visitors. Effectively, what we're talking about with Google, where there were 1,658 unique visitors. These guys allocate that there's about 2,100 unique visitors, the difference of about 500. But why doesn't Google track everything? Well, some people disable cookies, right? Don't want people tracking me, so they turn off their Googles, and there's, obviously I can figure out, I've researched it, some people say 3% of people do that, some people say 20% of people do that. Well, it knocked out 500 of mine, according to what the difference is between the two tracking companies. But I've had 7,000 people come to the website, some of them multiple times, which is a good thing too, right? So you guys tell me, is it worth $99 to have a program that automates this stuff for you, where you get to do it on your own schedule, you type up a quote, I'll get into that a little bit, and then you come back in and you say, all right, and I've generated 7,400 visits. Is that worth 99 bucks? I can tell you, because I do the Google paid stuff, and I do the organic stuff, that these things actually cost sometimes $2 a click, sometimes $5 a click. I've got clients that spend $16 a click. Imagine if these clicks were just $10. Imagine if these clicks were just $5. That's a lot of money to spend versus spending $99. Is this product that I'm talking about worth the $99? Yes. Absolutely, right? All right, so let's switch over to the other side of this, where people have come to me and they say they want to see how this product compares. So I got it right on the front page here, and I go, all right. Versus Hootsuite. Some people say 9 million, there we go. Some people say 5. Here is Hootsuite. So I've done my little dissertation here. Can everybody see that? And I might scroll down a little bit to get in here. So I said, all right, you guys think Hootsuite's great. It is the #1 ranked social media tool for now, until they come up with some rankings. I think it's wind of what we're talking about here. But this program, out of the box, is free. How many people like free? Right? Free's good until you find out what you get for free. What do you get for free? Well, the limitation with Hootsuite, it's a great program, don't get me wrong. But it's for free, you get 5 accounts you can post to. So what's 5 accounts? LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook,
and Pinterest,
Facebook group, Tumblr, right. So right there, you're done. You want to go beyond that? You really want to start getting into this? What are you going to do? You're going to get a ton of Facebook groups. You're going to do a lot more with LinkedIn. There's a lot more you can do out there, but you're cut off. So you could upgrade. You can see it right here to the Pro plan. It gives you now 50 networks, $14.99. One big piece that's missing, and this is obviously something that's important, or else they wouldn't charge so much. You can see right here, they have their URL shortener, right? Vanity URL. That's so that when you type, my website that I've got, where I have to keep my information to share, is socialmediasave.com, right? So when I send somebody a link, it says socialmediasave.com/charities/social media information. All of those letters count against my total for my Twitter, at which I can only put in how many? 140, right? Now, and on Facebook and LinkedIn, they cut you off in anywhere between 156 and 148. Depends on which post you're putting in there. But they all get cut off. They don't necessarily cut it off. It's just you can't see it in the post. You click the read more. How many people don't click the read more that you want to see that? Well, you need that URL shortener. It's so valuable that they will charge $50 to add that on per month. Now you're up to $65. All right, let's say I actually want to get a report. I don't need just one report a month, I need 2. And right here, they drop down and say, all right, give me 2 reports, it's $50 each. Now you're up to another $100. If I want to send in 1 support ticket, it's $5 to do that. And down below is actually for $21, there's Social Media University, $21. So I end up with a grand total of 190, Hootsuite University, 21, 190. Now it's $190 for a program that originally was free. Well, I've got this other program that's 99 bucks that does all of this, plus sends out, let me go up to the other page. Actually, it's a little bit above it. So here's all the stuff that gets included in the $99 program. 3,000 text messages. How many people ignore their text messages? No one. I've looked up the stats. 3% of people do. Walt, where are you? Yeah. Walt's got a few he hasn't read yet. I had 61 messages come in last night. I responded to all of them, but it took me some time for an event we're promoting. But 97% of text messages are read. Here you can send 3,000 text messages. It's included in the $99 per month for our program, but you buy it separately for 99 bucks. 3,000 emails you can send. Buy that separately also, $55 a month. Constant contact, eye contact. You guys have heard the MailChimp? You guys have heard these programs? 100-person webinar. How many people for a GoToMeeting? WebEx. There's a bunch of them out there. Mimic that. $89 to get 100 people into a webinar. 80? Look it up. I looked at sometimes you get an intro price of $69, but that's over that month. Landing page creator, that gets kind of, well, some people develop a landing page for $1,200. I wasn't going to put that on here. We'll say $39 per page to get your guy to do it. Hopefully he gets it done in a timely fashion. That's built into this also. A lead CRM management tool. Basic tools I know they go for $15 a month, and they go way up from there. So Hootsuite doesn't include any of that. That's all included in the $99 you get for this program. How many people think that's worth the $99?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm doing. Cool. So with that, I'm going to jump over and show you the most powerful button in the world. I'm going to turn this off for 1 second because I can't share everything I do. Just because it shows the money I've made, which I can't legally, or I might get in trouble. We'll see. But get my refresh here. I'm going to show you through my own website. I've actually got this. This is fast here. There it is. Let me show you the most powerful button in the world. All right, now I can put it up. The most powerful button in the world. All right, this button, which is I consider the most powerful button in the world, is this little checkbox up here. There's a button right there that I click. Looks like it's a man's head with a body. That's for you to select the networks that you want to set. How many social networks? And you select the group that you're a member of. Well, I'm members of hundreds of groups. Most of you guys are members of groups on Facebook. You don't know it because people put you in them. And you don't even have to ask permission. All you have to do is be friends with that person, and you can put them in your group if you like. That's part of the way Facebook works. But you can see how many people want to guess how long you guys can look around before you figure out how many social networks am I posting to here at once. All right. I check the magic box. It gives me the list. I check the next most powerful box. Select all. Select all. So I've made 2 clicks now, and I've just selected 44 networks that I'm going to send to. Some of those groups are Cardinals, Rams, Blues, home networking companies, buy, trade, and sell groups, all these things that I've learned that I want to get into, and they end up being somewhere around 250,000 to 500,000 people that I'm going to target with 2 clicks.
Can I ask a question? Can you get into LinkedIn groups?
That's something they're going to, that's a part of the program too.
Okay.
We'll do questions after the break. But yeah, so now you have the opportunity to hit that many groups with 1 click. So the last thing I want to talk about here, and I'm going to turn it over to, is Damon back here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to turn over to the guy who can really talk about some of the excitement that goes on here. But this to me is the most powerful piece because now you can see what I've generated. 7,400 visits in 60 days. Anybody think that's worth anything? It's worth $99. Here's how you do it, part of it, and then the texting program is super powerful too. 2 most powerful components. But with this now, I can literally, we've done I did a study, kind of an impromptu study, but I just set up a timer. And I said, okay, how many people type up posts for whatever it is, related to your business, not related to your business, trying to generate some kind of excitement, just sharing with people some information. But for business people, they're going to put up a post that says, hey, here's my latest product. Hey, here's something exciting that happened, but I want you to remember my business because I'm the one associated with this post. That's what the strategic part of social media is. I love the way Celeste says, you don't start off a conversation with, how you doing? My name's Carter. Would you like to buy my house?
Sure.
Okay, see, that's not how it works though, is it? If you're selling a house, right, you go, hi, I'm Carter. What's your name?
Mary.
Mary, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
It's
you,
kind of cold out.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, produce some better weather. Are you a big Cardinal fan?
I am.
Do you know who I am? That's how I make my introduction to that. I'm a Cowboy, right? But that's still a part of the thing I've learned for years now to get my people to be comfortable with me and to know me, getting to talk about, and then I go, hey, you know what I do for a living? And sometimes they ask me before I get to tell them, and they go, wow, you're really well known. How did you get to know? Oh, I use social media. So that's the way you do it. So the point is that now you can do these posts, and it takes what I've timed to take between, depends on if you're saying you're doing it once, twice, or 3 times. Well, let's say it's 3 minutes times 4 different posts you were to write. How many minutes is that now? 12 minutes. So I've spent 12 minutes to write things that will now repeat indefinitely, and let's just say it's for 30 days. But if I do these things that will repeat for 30 days, right, versus, and I've got guys that do this, and they said, sign me up for this program now, because I know I get results when I post whatever my product is. These guys do all kinds of stuff for helping credit repair, and you name it. You name it out there, there's something for it. And they go into groups, and they copy and they paste, and they copy and they paste, and they copy and they paste, and they get results by doing it. And I said, let me show you the most powerful button in the world. And you click that, and it says, I got all my groups in one place. I just click, copy, paste. So it takes 12 minutes to send out the equivalent you would spend, we just timed this, added up, to every day going to post these. And it takes 6 minutes, not 3, because you've got to go each day, copy and paste, and you get to about half as many groups as you would with the 3 minutes thing when you check the box, and you've only got 12 networks, not 44. But, so now I'm spending 9 hours in a month, do it manually, which, what happens? Every day you got a special thing you got to post. Even if you got to post it, what happens? It ends up not getting done most of the time, right?
Or it doesn't get done when it's most effective.
And it's not done at the right time of day. There's timing that you do for these things. What's the international Facebook time? Depending who you listen to. 6 p.m., 5 p.m. One of my buddies does a lot of stuff with restaurants. He says it's 2 p.m. And it's different for each industry doing restaurant stuff. So there you go. So now I've taken what takes me now 12 minutes to do for the entire month, and it saves me for what I would otherwise spend 9 hours doing it. Who would like it? How many hours are there in a day most people work? If you're a business owner, usually around 9, right? Maybe 10, maybe 12. But now you just earn an extra day free, but you can do extra. Who would like an extra day? They don't have to work now every month. What if you did that? Now you did it. Now you're not just posting 4 things, you're posting 16. Now you just saved 4 times 9. 4 days in the working time that you would have spent to do that. So that's the message I want to share with you guys. It's a little bit off the beaten path with the historical. We show a couple awesome videos. We've got some powerful videos that show some great stuff. But people have been asking me to share with them the information about the real, actual results. And isn't that what matters? Right? Isn't that what you're saying? Well, I'm not about making money. I'm results oriented. With results comes money. So I want to thank you guys for listening to me jabber for a little bit. Hopefully that helps you guys a little bit. I can't sell a product unless I know I get results from it. And when I saw the power behind this thing, Celeste came to my house and she started talking. I said, just let me log in. Let me see this thing. And when I did, I said, sign me up. This is very cool. So now who wants to hear about the other end of this where you can actually